Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 2 video. In today's one we are going to be checking out the new rush hour system for the East Coastway, so I'm hoping it will get fairly busy in a second. Right, here we go. But yes, I mean look at that. A bit sooner than expected. I thought maybe the passengers might get on the train, but they seem to all be getting off. Which I'm not surprised. I'm going to be driving, so that's probably why they're all getting off the train. I'm pretty certain everybody is getting off the train. We actually had this at Seaford on one of the streams. I know there's still a few people on. But yeah, this has been the update for East Coastway. They have added the rush hour passengers as well as a few fixes for the Boston Sprinter. But we'll take a look at all the fixes in a second. Let's just enjoy the amount of people we have on the platform here. I think it can be up to 200 people. Hang on, they're actually going in the waiting room as well. Look at that, they actually do go in the waiting room. I haven't noticed that before. Probably a spawn point around there, I'm guessing, but still quite cool to see them going in there. But yeah, I think it's up to 200 passengers if you're on the next gen, and then on last gen it's 100. Well, next gen and PC it's 200. Look at that on the bridge. I mean, I've been to Lewis many times in real life, and it quite literally is like that. Everyone's sort of one side, all busy, or everyone going down, people getting on, and awesome stuff. Wonder if they're going over to the other service on the other side, which when that comes in. But yeah, East Coastway is now rushified or rush hourified. Let's get that to that. There we go. We have got the clear already. But yeah, we're going to take the service down to Brighton and just see how busy it gets along the way. Cool thing actually, when we did the live stream, which was yesterday, we're at Brighton, it was all busy and, well, manically busy. Get to Falmer, half the train gets off, which is fairly realistic. Especially on sort of a football day or any other day really. So obviously Falmer's got the university and the whole football complex, so it's quite a, you know, a stop where a lot of people get off. But I thought it was quite cool the way lots of people got off there. Anyway, let's get the doors shut, and then let's get going. Do the bell. There you go, 2 from the garden and 2 from the driver. Obviously it doesn't actually do it by itself, but still, nice to do it. Let's go, 4.4 miles to Falmer. Off we go. Obviously only 10 miles an hour out of Lewis. There we go. But yeah, there was a few other fixes, not just for East Coastway, but well, the majority of fixes were for the other route. So let me quickly load up the patch notes. I did actually do a separate video, so you might have seen it already, but I thought why not do it again. So obviously yeah, we've had the updated speedometer on the F40PH-3C to show the correct speed and the digit order, and then updated the doors on the F40PH so that they are now easier to interact with when open. Various performance improvements to Boston Sprinter, specifically in areas containing the F40 traffic, so sort of Boston South, Boston Back Bay, you know, it's all busy, all the trains are going off, yeah, it's a pretty manic area. Updated the numbering on the MBTA single deck cars to fix the wrong or missing numbers on the BTC and the CTC interiors. Updated the lighting on the single deck cars to initialise properly with different control interactions. There's quite a few fixes, and then updated the window animation on the MBTA single deck cars, improved the lock-unlock functionality, and removed the jumper cables for the MBTA single deck cars, and added the ability to lock the doors on the MBTA single deck cars even if the vehicle is moving. But yeah, quite a few fixes for that, and also one other little fix. They updated the brake pressure reference type, and it should resolve instances where the audio failed on the 377 and the 387, I suppose, for hearing the brakes on, I guess. But yeah, they've been sorted there as well, which is good. But yeah, fair few fixes, and obviously Dovetail have said there will be more updates, they'll just be slightly smaller. As before, so we got an update, you know, pretty much just before every route release, so sort of every month, 2 months. You'd get sort of a big update with tons of fixes for multiple routes, but now they're doing it pretty much, I think for the last couple of weeks it has been every week. We've had an update, which has been good. I remember back in summer before the rush hour update came out, we did like a 16-minute long patch notes video, 16 minutes long. But yeah, obviously slightly smaller ones now. Now it goes up to 70. Did I get a little bit ahead of myself and get up to about 56, 57. Off we go though. So we are in the old 377. So it's got all the old sounds, and the horn sounds completely different. And there's no fancy scrolling PIS on the side either, or for that matter inside the train either. Also, that is something Dovetail do want to change in the future. It's obviously getting the newer 377 onto this route. And obviously, if you're watching us on release date, obviously the 313 should now be out for PlayStation and Xbox at the time this would be premiering, and then PC slightly later on. But yeah, 313 should now be out. Obviously I'm recording this the night before, but looking forward to the 313. Very much looking forward to it. But East Coastway is definitely a route worth picking up. Obviously, if you don't know about East Coastway, haven't seen it before, just haven't got it. If you're enjoying the Brighton main line, definitely do get East Coastway. Obviously, Class 377, Electro Star, yeah, obviously similar trains. Or if you're finding the BML a bit stressful, you know, lots of red lights, sort of, you know, just quick and busy and all that sort of stuff, get East Coastway. It's sort of the more laid back route. Obviously, you know, less trains, you hardly get stuck behind other trains, you hardly see red lights, just more chilled out. Yeah, another awesome route, East Coastway. Obviously, Brighton to Eastbourne with the Seaford branch included. Cool. Anyway, coming up on Falmer soon. Should see Falmer Tunnel around this corner. But yeah, I just thought we'd do a video showing off the rush hour passengers. Obviously, if you did miss the live stream, we did do of it. And here is Falmer Tunnel. Cool, I'm going to start popping the brakes on now. As I'm so used to whizzing through this tunnel, but obviously it was actually about a year ago, I think. Now they actually did update the brakes on the Class 377, as before they used to be really good. You know, Step 2 would pretty much do Step 3 brakes. That has obviously been altered now. And I'm still used to the old brakes. Let's bring the speed down. Obviously this has slightly different physics to the BML one as well. So if you have just gone if you have just gone fresh off the Brighton mainline 377, you will notice a slight difference. Here we are, this is Falmer, and we're stopping just under the football bridge, I believe. Cool. Oh, walking sideways and forward, lovely. Yeah, so it's a bit busier here at Falmer. Obviously, if you compare it to before, there would have been, what, 1-2 people standing on the platform. Let's see how many people get off, actually. Let's see. Who's going to get off? So, look, fairly busy. You've got quite a few people getting on as well. A few people coming in and going. Obviously, this route realistically isn't as busy as the BML. But still, you know, a fair few passengers getting on and off. Obviously, more than, yeah, what you would have had. And it would be quite cool, a little touch as well, if on a football day you did get, you know, swarms of people on the platform. There's a little effect, and if you're, you know, afternoon, evening time, you can actually hear crowds at the football game, obviously at the Amex over there. So it would be quite cool if on one of those sort of, you know, days where it does that, if the platforms were packed. That would be cool to see. Here's the other Lewis shuttle coming in. That's got a fair few people on it. Yeah, a lot of people waiting as well. Anyway, we'll be onwards to Moulsecoomb and then to London Road, and then it's then Brighton. Right, there we go. Right, let's get back in the train. Let's get the doors shut and let's get going. Sorry, people, I don't know what I'm not too sure what they are waiting for, as there's not trains going anywhere else apart from Brighton from here. So what are they waiting for? Suppose, is there a train just behind us? Possibly. Let's have a look. Oh. When's the next one? The next one is at... Okay, 10:41. So not that long, only 10 minutes. Maybe this one was too busy for everyone to get on. Is it full? No, there are seats available. Maybe they're just programmed to wait for the other train. Maybe they didn't want to stop at Moulsecoombe and London Road. Well, in fact, the next one would be... Yeah, the next one I would imagine is probably from Seaford, so that would be stopping at the same stations. Anyway, let's get the speed up at 60 along here, and that goes up to 70. Cool, there's Backer over there. There's the 70. Be at Moulsecoombe station, a tiny little station. It can only take 4 coaches. I think maybe 4.5 coming up to 5. But yeah, it's a very short platform. So you still want to enter at about 20-25 miles an hour. It isn't too far. But as I was saying, if you are finding the BML a bit stressful, you know, a bit busy and tons of reds and it's just too much, and you want a bit of a break, do get this route. Obviously, same train, it's obviously different route, a bit more, laid back, a bit more chilled, a bit less going on, and obviously the 313, a new DLC. Obviously, you may be watching this on release day, comes out today. Obviously an old classic train, obviously a Pep, definitely worth getting. And obviously if you're on next gen and PC, you will actually be getting 12 additional services on the Brighton main line. Right, here we are, this is Moulsecoombe. Let's bring that down a little bit more. Still a fairly regular service from here. In fact, it's probably more regular than, well, it's more regular than London Road, as you also get some of the longer distance trains coming through, also the ones to Hastings and all. We'll stop here a fair bit as well. Here we are. But yeah, the timetable's fairly busy on this route, but yeah, a bit more laid back. The only thing it is missing is the London Victoria services, the Orr and Hastings, and Eastbourne to Victoria services. I suppose they might get added in future. Falmer, Lewis, South East, Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone and Seaford. Yeah, there's one 12 minutes after this. That's weird, because from Falmer it was 10 minutes, wasn't it? That one's slightly longer. And it seems as if the probably serves from Orr or Hastings, that seems to be stopping here as well. So there's only one 8 minutes after. There's one going through. There you go, it's weird not seeing them be 8 coaches. So it was, yeah, fairly recently actually, they did actually get rid of the 8 coach trains on here. Well, there is still a couple. The London Victoria services, like the Seaford to London Victoria and London Victoria to Seaford, there's still 8 coaches, and I think a few of the later evening Seaford services, there's still 8 coaches. Yeah, pretty much all of the Orr and Hastings services before were all 8 coaches, but now they're all 4 coaches. It does feel weird seeing them, but it's just more realistic. Off we go. Speed does decrease to 55 coming up here. It's not too far to London Road, it's pretty much just round the corner. Lovely. See, I didn't see the 3-on-3 on the preview stream. I don't know if anyone is watching on release day. Yeah, I didn't actually see the preview stream, but I'm interested. I might actually go back after. Did they have the scrolling? Oh, I can't remember. Does the 3-on-3 have the? I'm trying to think. The last time I went on was June. I think they do have it. Yeah, I'm pretty certain they do. the scrolling PIS inside of the train. I was on the outside, there isn't any, but on the inside it said the scrolling PIS. Do comment below. I will actually go back and have a look probably at the preview stream just to try and see if that is in. So I'd imagine it probably is if it is a Train Sim World 2 train. So this one's from Train Sim World 2020. So that's why it's obviously not got as many fancy features. And the route itself is from Train Sim World 2020, but obviously it has got the PIS and now the rush hour passenger update. So it's almost at a Train Sim World 2 standard. Although I'm not sure about level crossings on this route. I don't think level crossings work yet. Here we are, this is London Road. And after this is then Brighton. Well, actually, yeah, maybe that. Yeah, maybe the service which is behind us actually is probably a service from Hastings or Orr. Thinking about it, because yeah, 57 to Brighton. So yeah, the one behind us will be the one from Orr or Hastings. The door's shut. Do the bell. I was about to say bell and buzzer at the same time. Then the sort of the bells are. Let's get going. And we go across the magnificent London Road Viaduct. Although, what wins? The London Road Viaduct or the Balkan Viaduct? I think I actually prefer. I don't know. I feel like I prefer the London Road Viaduct. Sort of the way it's on the you know, you go slow across it. It's, you know, it curves round and you actually go over the you know, all the houses. Yeah, I think I prefer the London Road Viaduct. Fairly similar length as well. Yeah, what's everyone going for? London Road Viaduct or the Balkan Viaduct? Obviously both stunning viaducts. I just love the way you go across and look over the city. Stunning in the game and stunning in real life. Been over it many times in real life. At night time it's brilliant. You know, seeing all the lights on the hills and yeah, it's lovely. Platform 7 we're coming in on. So you've got the BML which goes up that way. Does feel weird doing the different horn. Yeah, we're going straight through. But yeah, this is Brighton, our final destination. But yeah, hopefully everyone has enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you have, do leave a thumbs up, and yeah, do put your thoughts in the comments below about the rush hour passengers on the route. Do you think it's a good addition, or you're not really, you know? I think it's a good addition to it. Obviously, at some stations, it might be quite busy. Obviously, at Seaford, obviously when we did it on the stream, it was packed. Which realistically, I don't think it would be that busy. I've been there a few times. But I think overall, it's brilliant to see rush hour passengers on here. I think another really good route would be Cathcart Circle of the rush hour passengers. Here we are. There we go. Let's do that off. Oh, there you go, and do that off or on. That's the tail lights. And this one forms the 10:52 back to Lewis. I feel like I've done that service millions of times. Literally. Right, anyway, that is going to be everyone for today's Train Sim World 2 video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. I sure have. Obviously, you will find a link in the description to the Discord server, to the PayPal, and to the merch store if you do want to help support the channel. But apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Or we got a trophy going coastal. And I hopefully will see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.